Imagine your wife's best friend starts calling herself your second wife, sitting on your lap, sending you ring photos, and your wife just laughs it off. But what if you're the only one who sees the danger, and everyone thinks you're paranoid? Here's how I turned the tables and made everyone see the truth. If you've ever been gaslit or ignored when you saw trouble coming, smash that like button and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments if you ever caught on. Before everyone else, this is a story where justice isn't just served, it's undeniable. Let's get into it. You know, I used to think my life was drama-proof. My wife and I, let's call her Sarah, had been together for nearly 2 decades. We'd weathered college, jobs, family drama, and built a marriage on trust and laughter. My partner, the person who knows my coffee order, and my worst fears. And then there's Dee, her best friend since forever. Dee is the kind of person who can light up a room, but she's also a magnet for chaos. Bad relationships, heartbreaks, toxic boyfriends, you name it, Dee's lived it. She'd vent to Sarah, sometimes to both of us, and I always tried to listen. I never saw her as anything but Sarah's friend, until everything changed. It started. Small Dee had just gotten out of another disastrous relationship. She swore off dating, said she was done with men. I remember the night she told us. Her voice was raw, her eyes red from crying. Sarah hugged her and I sat nearby, awkward but supportive. But then, Dee started making these comments. "Sarah, you're so lucky. I wish I had a guy like him. It must feel amazing to have someone who actually cares." At first I thought she was just venting, but then the physical stuff started. Her head on my shoulder, sitting way too close on the couch, lingering touches that made my skin crawl. One night, Sarah made a joke, something like, "Maybe Dee should be my second wife. She can do the chores I don't want to." We all laughed, but Dee's eyes lit up. She started calling herself the second wife. At first it was just a joke, then it became her nickname for herself. Texting me, "Your second wife needs a ring." I'm sending a photo of a diamond band. I tried to brush it off. Maybe I was imagining things, but the signs kept piling up. Dee would ask how my day was, if I was happy to see her, if I liked her outfit, drawing attention to her body in ways she never had before. She'd sit on my lap, lean in close, whisper things that made my heart pound, but not in a good way. I started feeling trapped in my own home. Every time Dee visited, I'd tense up, waiting for the next weird comment or touch. I tried to talk. To Sarah, I told her what was happening, how uncomfortable I felt, but Sarah just laughed. "That's just Dee. She's always been like that. Or she doesn't mean anything by it." It was like screaming into a void. The more I tried to explain, the more I felt like the crazy one. Here's the thing about being dismissed by the person you trust most. It eats at you. I started second-guessing everything. Was I overreacting? Was I imagining things? But every time Dee came over, it got worse. She started showing up unannounced. Once, I came home to find her in our kitchen, cooking dinner alone. She smiled and said, "Your second wife's taking care of you tonight." My skin prickled. Texted Sarah, who just sent back a laughing emoji. I felt powerless. I wanted to protect my marriage, but I also didn't want to hurt Sarah or make her choose between me and her best friend. But I couldn't ignore the feeling in my gut. Dee wasn't just lonely, she was fixated on me, on the life Sarah and I had built. The final straw came one Friday night. Sarah was out with coworkers, and I was home alone. Dee showed up with a bottle of wine and a movie. She let herself, and Sarah must have given her a key. I tried to be polite, but Dee kept inching closer, making comments about how safe she felt with me, how no one's ever treated her like this. Then she said it, "You know, if Sarah ever messes up, I'll be here. I'd never take you for granted." She reached for my hand, her eyes locked on mine, my heart hammered. I pulled away, stood up, and told her she needed to leave. Hurt, genuinely hurt, but then her face hardened. "You don't have to be so uptight. It's just a joke. You're making it weird." She left, slamming the door behind her. I stood there, shaking, my thoughts racing. Was this my fault? Was I leading her on somehow? Or was I the only one seeing the truth? Scene 6. The plan for truth. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind replayed every moment, every touch, every joke, every time Sarah brushed me off. I realized something. I couldn't keep living like this. I needed Sarah to see what was happening, no matter how much it hurt. So I came up with a plan. The next time Dee came over, I'd record our conversation. I didn't want to invade anyone's privacy, but I needed proof. I needed Sarah to see what I saw. A week later, Dee texted that she was coming by to cheer me up. I set my phone to record and left it on the coffee table. Dee arrived all smiles and perfume. She sat close, touching my arm, laughing at everything I said. Then she leaned in. I wish Sarah appreciated you as much as I do. You deserve someone who sees you. She put her hand on my thigh. I froze. My heart pounded. I gently but firmly moved her hand away. Dee, you need to stop. This isn't okay, she pouted. You're no fun. I just want to make you happy. I ended the conversation quickly, making up an excuse to leave the room. When she left, I checked my phone. The whole thing was there, her words, her touch, my response. That night, I sat down with Sarah. My hands shook as I handed her the phone. I need you to listen to this, please. I'm not making this up. She listened. At first, she smiled, then her face fell. She heard Dee's words, the way she touched me, the way I tried to set boundaries. When the recording ended, Sarah was silent. Tears welled in her eyes. I'm so sorry, she whispered. I didn't want to believe it. She's my best friend. I thought you were exaggerating. I felt a mix of relief and sadness. Just wanted you to see what I was seeing. I didn't want to lose you or make you choose. But I couldn't keep pretending. Sarah hugged me, holding on tight. Thank you for telling me. I'm so sorry I didn't listen. The next day, Sarah called Dee. She confronted her, playing the recording. Dee denied it at first, then lashed out accusing me of leading her on, saying I misunderstood everything. But the evidence was clear. Sarah told Dee she needed space. She changed the locks, blocked Dee's number, and told her not to come around anymore. For weeks, Sarah was heartbroken. She'd lost her best friend, someone she'd trusted for years. But our marriage grew stronger. We talked more, listened more, rebuilt the trust that had been shaken, and me. I finally felt seen. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't imagining things. I'd protected my marriage even when no one believed me. Dee's mask had slipped, her manipulations, her jokes, her boundary crossing, exposed. For everyone to see, she lost her access to our lives, her fantasy shattered. The poetic justice wasn't loud or dramatic. It was quiet, final, and deeply satisfying. Sarah and I moved forward, stronger than before. Dee faded from our lives, her attempts to reach out. Ignored, the lesson was clear. Sometimes the truth is the best revenge. And sometimes the people who gaslight you the most are the ones who fear exposure the most. Sometimes the hardest battles are the ones no one else can see. Standing up for yourself even when you're doubted takes courage, but when you fight for the truth, justice has a way of finding you. If you've ever had to prove yourself when no one believed you, hit that like button and subscribe. Drop your story in the comments. What's the wildest betrayal you've ever witnessed? Remember, sometimes the best revenge is just being right all along. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.